Yo, what's up YouTube? This is West. I'm making this video on how I make my heavy metal. I've had a couple people ask how my drone's built, and I want to show them, and so I can just send them this video every time I get asked. So let's start, I guess. Let's start with the motors. I like these Hyperlight motors, the 2807 for Street League. I like these ones specifically because they're cheap, and if you like break the screw off out of the bottom that holds the bell, you can replace it with an M3 screw, and I have like a lot of those, so it's really easy. And then I also, if you smoke the motor, it's super easy to get all that copper winding out and rewind it. Other motors have like threaded wire in there, or like not threaded wire, but you know, it's like twined together, and it just makes it super difficult to unwind the motor. And if you have the guts, you know, you can definitely get this thing unwound in just a fresh stator and try to rewind it, but you definitely need to know what you're doing, so do a lot of research before you do that. Alright, let's move on to the race wire. So under these LEDs right here, there's some race wire. It's just a board. I'll put a picture up on the screen of what it looks like. But I just soldered my motors like right here. There's like a solder point for my motor, and then right here is a solder point that goes to the ESC. I like using race wire because say you pop a motor off, there's a better chance it's just gonna pop off right here from the race wire and be good. And it's also really easy to change motors. I wouldn't have to take the shell off every time I like fry a motor or something. I'll just have to swap the motor right here and I'm good to go. It's a lot quicker. One upgrade I would do that I really want to do is like, say whenever I break an arm and like this whole shebang is just going, the whole arm and the motor, if you had an MR30 like right here, you would it would probably disconnect and not pull on your ESC, and like maybe like take some pads with it. So that's one upgrade I actually do plan on doing. I have some MR30s laying around. I got one right here. I'm not doing it until I get enough to do it on both of my heavy metals, but that's one upgrade that would be really nice, so you don't, you know, pull any ESC wires off when you break arms. All right, so let's move on to the stack. On my stack here, I'm gonna open it up. On the stack, I use stack spacers. So on this top plate right here, the heavy metal, this top plate is where my screws start for the stack, and they're very tiny screws. I mean, very, very tiny screws, and they just go to the bottom of that first stack spacer there, that very first one, and then they all just kind of connect to each other from there up. And I did this to prevent, like, if I get hit and my stack screws get bent, of, you know, hopefully they're not gonna bend, or if they do, it's just gonna be like a clean snap and everything should be good, hopefully. I'm trying to like save the quality of the electronics in there by that. But yeah, got the HD0. Gotta have the HD0. That's a clean build. HD0, 90 FPS, either or S. Come on now. I got the 55 amp ESC, and just some cheap flight controller. It doesn't matter. Alright, hold on, let me think. Oh yeah, so my drone, like, it's a little underweight, so I put my weights in the battery box here. You see that? If you see them way back there. So that's where I put the weights so they don't fall out when I'm racing, and I'm not gonna be a scummy racer and keep racing. But let me think of anything else here. I got my strap. This strap, honestly, I have never had a battery blowout since I started using this. This is a strap I designed. Holds the battery in there. I want to start selling them. I might do it off of Facebook or something. So if you're interested, leave some comments, let me know, and I might start selling these bad boys because they really do work and they're nice. Oh yeah, another thing I do, because I like to keep my drone like in between 1280 and 1285. I mean, basically around 1285 for the weight. So what I do is electrical tape is actually very, very heavy. Like I wrapped each arm twice, right here once and once right here. And the reason I did that, say a motor goes, I mean, this is hopefully holding it down enough where if this gets a good tug, and this is holding it down as well, that maybe the board will stay and the wires will just go. That's what I'm hoping. But this also adds like a couple extra grams, so I wrapped them twice around each arm, and that brought me, because I was like 2 or 3 grams below 1280, and that brought me up to 1284, wrapping each arm twice. So that's a little tip if you need to get some weight on your Street League drone, is just to wrap each arm twice. Also another tip, if you're really desperate, I have short motor screws here. I could fit 2 on there if I needed to. I was doing that for a minute, but like you can also lose the screws. It's not the best, so I wouldn't really do that one, to be honest with you. But like if you're in a pinch and you just need like literally a gram, just put a little extra motor screw on there if you have the space. All right, so that's basically the outside of the drone. You know, it's a heavy metal frame, HD 090, everything I just said. For the tune, my tune, I use the Super 70 tune. This tune is in the Street League Discord. If you look in the Drop Yo Tune section, you'll find that, and I put that tune on my drone, and then I kind of dialed it back just slightly, and not on this drone. This drone has the raw Super 70, but my other spec, or my other heavy metal, it has Emax motors, the Eco 2s, and for some reason they just like run super hot on that tune, so I kind of dialed it back a little bit. So yeah. My rates, I use 533 for my roll, and then for pitch and yaw it's 500 degrees. So yeah, you can figure out the rest of that to get those rates. But that's basically my my heavy metal build. I have 2 of them. They're identical. The only difference is the motors and the ESC. I got a 30x30 in the other one, but runs just as good. I hope you guys liked the video, and I hope this helps you out if you're making a heavy metal build, and to get you a really good frame for Street League, because this thing is ready to take a beating and it's ready to win some races, that's for sure. I'll see you guys on the next video, and peace out.